once again, welcome to the third lesson of music reading and interpretation of music notes. And you guys, I told you that we shall continue with these lessons until you will get to understand what music entails, or how you can read music. So just take your time, again revise through the video so that you get the concept of music. Music is easy, music is interesting, so you have the right person. Welcome to today's lesson. Now let us continue the lesson. Now, having known what treble the claves are, the time signature, and we were talking about the key signature. We are talking about now. We are talking about the time signature, which I want to present it right now as we continue with our lesson. Having talked about time signature, I just mentioned it, and time signature is relative to the notes, because before you understand the time signature, you have to know what the notes are. Just like I showed you the note values. Time signature will always be determined by what the composer of a certain music or a certain piece will be doing. Yeah, so different musics have different time signature. There's music that will always share time signature, but for the kind of music you want to compose, you'll have to come up with a time signature. So we have something like 4 time signature. Then we have can have 2 time signature. You can also have 2/4 time signature, or 3/8 time signature. So time signature will always base on what you want to write or to compose as a music composer. They look like fractions, but they are not fractions, because I'm going to show you what they mean. So we can also have 3, 4, depending. We can also have 6, 8, depending on what you are going to compose. Now it's a rule, so let me show you what time signature is. Before I continue, let us review what we did in our last lesson. We said that a whole note has got 4 beats. 4 beats. Then half a note has got 2 beats. Quarter note has got 1 beat. 1/8 has got a half a beat of 1 beat. And as you go down, it is important you remember that, because it is going to be very valuable in whatever I'm going to teach you when we'll be handling time signature. Good. Now this piece of blank music sheet, let me assume that I want to compose music. And the time signature that I'm going to use is 4/4. So I want you to listen keenly, because I want to tell you what 4/4 means. Whenever you meet it, you'll be able to know that it means this and that. Good. In music, when you meet such, it means the top number. I want us to begin by looking at this upper number. This one, this 4. The time signature is here 4/4. So we have our measures here, measure number 1 and measure number 2. As you remember very well, I told you that measures help music to be easily read. The upper number represents the beats. It means that each measure will have 4 beats. Each measure will have 4 beats in order to create harmony. So each measure will have 4 beats. Okay, I said each measure will have 4 beats to create not harmony, rhythm. That is what I meant, rhythm. So in this particular measure, we shall have 4 beats. Then in this particular measure, we shall also have 4 beats. then the final one we shall also have 4 beats. That's a rule that must not be ignored when you are composing music. Now the lower number tells us what kind of beat you are putting in each particular measure, or you are placing in this particular measure. That is the lower number. So the upper number is the number of beat, then the lower number is what kind of note. Talking about the kind of beat or the kind of note here, the 4 means that the note that is going to be, it is a 1/4 note. If you meet a time signature that is, for instance, that is let's say 3 8, it means that the upper number is a bit, then the one is a. So as I had said earlier, 1/4 is also known as the crochet. So it means that we are going to have the crochet note. Remember the lines and the spaces, 4 beats. You are going to have 4 beats. Good. Remember the lines and the spaces. In each we are going to have 4 beats, 4 notes. So 1 1 2 3 and 4. Now I hope that up to that place you understand what they are. So, and there's a rule that determines the writing of these notes. Looking here, I've just drawn the notes on the lines and the spaces. You see, when it comes to the writing of notes, we have this third line. I told you the steps are 5 in number, 1 2 3 4 5. So we have this middle number. When you're writing notes, the lower any notes that will occur below the middle line, their stems and flags will have to face up, just like these ones are doing, you see. And any notes that occurs on the middle line or above, their stems and the flags will have to face below. Don't forget. Look at that. This. Ignore this kind of notes. It is hand drawn. Good. Now the upper is indicating the beat, and then the lower is indicating the kind of note. The kind of note we have is a crochet, which is 1/4. So it means that we need to have 4 crochets in this measure, 4 crochets in this measure, then 4 crochets in this particular measure. Now that's where you'll wonder, are these 4 crochets? Yes, they are. So look at this. This is 1/8, which is also known as the quiver. 2 quivers makes a crochet, which is 1 beat. Another 2 quiver makes another crochet, which is 1 beat. So and then we have another crochet here, another crochet here. So there'll be 1 1 2 3 and 4. So we have 4 beats. So here you have 1 2 3 and 4 beats. Then you have 1 2 3 and 4 beats. Now here we have a semi-quiver. Semi-quiver is 1/16 beat. Good. So look at this. This one semi-quiver, if you add 2 semi-quivers, makes up a crochet. Makes up, not a crochet, makes up a quiver. 2 semi-quivers makes up a quiver. So we have one quiver here, another quiver here. Then, so these 2 quivers formed from these crochets, these 2 quivers formed from these semi-quivers will form a beat, which is 1 beat. Then we have here another quiver, 1 and 2 forming another beat. Then we have crochets 1 2. So we shall have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, let me present you our music sheet so that we are able to know what we are talking about. We have our music sheet here. The time signature here is 3, 4. It means that each measure needs to have 3 beats. And which kind of beat is that? Those particular beats are supposed to be a crochet, which has 1/4. Now let us count. So we have 1 here, which makes 1 beat. Then we have another one. Look at this. These are the 2 crochets. 2 plus these crochets plus this crochets makes this. See, quiver, not sorry, quiver. You know, these terms can be so confusing sometimes. Quiver, this quiver and quiver, or let me just use the fractions. 1/8 makes a quarter. So this one, the 2 of them makes another beat. Now we also have with this one, a quiver plus a quiver makes up a crochet. So we have 3. It marks, it fulfills the rule. It is supposed to be 3 beats, 1, 2, 3. Then they're supposed to be, the beats are supposed to be crochet. The same as now. Before I show you this one, we shall handle something else. Let us talk about the rest. Understanding, go back to the chart and try to find out the notes. They are in descending and ascending order, because you need to add them. Like for example, when you add a minim plus a minim, you'll have a semi-breve. A crochet plus a crochet will have a minim. A quiver plus a quiver will have a crochet. Semi-quiver plus semi-quiver will have a quiver. Demi-semi-quiver plus demi-semi-quiver will have a semi-quiver. So it becomes easy. Don't be confused. In music, we also have rests. Rest, those are the silence in the music. For example, when you are singing, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. That silence that is in between those words. For example, happy birthday to you, silence. Then you go to another one, happy birthday to you, silence. Those are the one we call the rests. They are in music are counted as part of the notes. So we shall have something like this. We have something like this known as the whole rest, or a semi-brief rest. So whole rest, just like this one is a semi-brief or whole rest, semi-brief rest. Just like notes, it has got 4/4 beats. What it means that you'll have to be quiet for up to 4. You are singing, then you stop. You keep quiet. You have to be quiet for 4 beats until at the count of 4 beats. A whole rest or a semi-brief rest will always face down, just like this one. Then we have what we call a minim rest, or we can also have you can call it a have a rest. A have a rest will always face up. Just like minim, it has got 2/2 beats. Yeah, so that's why it's called a have rest. So it means that you'll have to rest for 2 beats. For example, happy birthday to you, 2. Happy birthday to you, 1 and 2. So like that, you have to rest. We have another one here, which is a quarter rest. That's how it is drawn. And looking at our music sheet here, I think we are able to identify this quarter rest. That's why I was telling you to wait until we find. So this quarter rest has got the same value. It's just a 1/4 bits, and 1/4 bits is got a 1 out of 1 bit, so it has 1 bit. You rest for 1 bit. That's why this crochet 1 2, they have the same bits as the quarter rest, and that's why it fulfills the rules of the time signature, that in this particular measure we need to have 3 bits which are 1/4. So we have this one 1/4, 1/4, and the rest is also 1/4. Good. That is a half, a quarter rest. Then we also have something known as a 1/8 notes, which is the same as quiver note, quiver rest. This is how it is drawn. This is how it is drawn. So quiver rest, this is how it, so it has got 1/8. So 1/8, just like the 1/8 note, you have to rest, or we have to keep quiet. No, rests are just for keeping quiet. For example, happy birthday to you, rest. Happy birthday to you, rest. Happy birthday. Then like we also have 1/16 rest, drawn like this, but with the 2 dots there. 1/16 rest, 1/16. As we continue, 1/32 rest, 1/32 rest, up to 1/64. So the rests are the same as they have the same values with the note. So whenever you are composing music, you should always keep in mind about the rests. Mentioned about the rest, I now believe that you have an idea. So let us talk about something else. Another time signature, we have 2 2. That means that 2 beats per measure. Then you'll have which one? Have a beat. So the first one will be, let's say this one. We have our first one. Look at this. We have we need 2 beats per measure. So this one, crochet and a crochet makes up 1 beat, then the second beat here. So here is we need a minimum as our note value. Yeah, look. So here we have 1 2. Then we have 1. This one joining the two quivers joining to form a crochet. Then this crochet forms a minimum, becomes 1 beat. So this up to here is 1 beat, then the second beat. We can also have 3/8 times signature. 3/8 times signature, just like I told you, that in each measure we need to have 3 beats. And which kind of beats? 1/8, which are a quiver beat. So we know here this is how it will look like. In each measure we need to have 3 quivers. In each measure we need to have 3 quivers. Or in each measure we shall have 3 quivers. There we go. Now this is interesting. So there are 3. This one and this one makes 1. The second one, this one makes 1. The third one. We are doing good. Now we have been able to know the notes, talk about the notes, and even the rest. Like this one, you know what rest is this. Go and review them so that you don't forget. Now those are the basic. There are some basics that are remaining, like these ones, the slurs, whatever. Don't worry about them. We shall want to know what they are, and those ones I'll be handling in our next lesson. So you people, you need to keep track of this lesson so that you're able to understand. So that marks the end of our lesson. Just in case you have a question, don't hesitate in answering, in asking it. I'll be there to answer. Where you are not understanding, I'll be there to help you. It's a journey, so we are still going there. But I do believe from where we have reached, you people, you have idea of what is happening. So let's meet in the next lesson.